So the point of financial inclusion, or basically access to finance, right, in Africa, is to be able to invest in businesses, particularly small businesses that have a high rate of employment of low and medium skilled South Africans. So if entrepreneurs are able to get access to finance so that they can grow their businesses, so they're able to actually produce more and sell more in the African market, that creates more room for more GDP growth, but also more employment of people, particularly in rural and remote areas, in those small businesses. I think also what's powerful about financial inclusion or promoting access to finance for entrepreneurs is that it also reaches women and people in rural areas who are involved in agriculture, which is a source of constant demand because people actually want to be able to eat and gain access to food security through agricultural produce.
Okay. My second question, how can we promote gender equity in finance and economics?
This is a very important one. So first of all, when we talk about access to finance, particularly for women, what we found in the research, particularly in the work that I do at the International Finance Corporation, is that women are more likely to apply or ask for financing if the fund managers are women or entities that actually understand the needs of women. For instance, the way that financing is structured, so the terms and conditions of loans for small businesses, in terms of risk, women are more risk averse. There are certain conditions that they're not comfortable with when it comes to access to loans. So if we had more women fund managers who understand the risk behaviors and risk averseness of women, there'd actually be a change in that. But I also think it's a cultural thing. There's something to be said about seeing more examples and case studies of women entrepreneurs getting access to funding that makes more women feel like they too can actually operate in those spaces. A third thing is access to networks. It's easier to gain access to financing if you are in the ecosystems and the spaces where you know who to speak to, who to reach to, and how to even apply for that financing in a manner that will make banks want to back you. And then the final thing is that financing is one aspect, right, of being able to build a business or actually promote your economic production. But the other element of it is knowing that if I gain access to this financing and I build my business, where are the markets where I'll be able to actually sell my goods? So a big part of that is then promoting the access to market aspect of businesses so that people know that this loan will mean I produce more, but on top of producing more, I have more markets across the country or region where I'm able to have more sales and have my business grow so that I can pay back the loan that actually has supported me to grow my business. Wonderful. So youth unemployment is extremely high. If I speak about the case of South Africa, the youth unemployment rate for youth aged 15 to 24 years old is 60%. And this applies not only to educated or low-skilled youths, but even graduates these days are struggling to find jobs. It's that mismatch between the jobs that are available and the skills that those companies want, but it's also lack of access to information regarding where those jobs are. So I think what's important is information for young people regarding, if I study this program, this is where I can go to. But I think more importantly is that young people need more soft skills training. Soft skills training to know how to actually navigate the labor market, that even after they've graduated or they have that degree or certification, they know who to speak to, where to apply, or even how to communicate their value to that organization to say, I studied this, I can help your company to do that, I can help add value in this way. So what happens is that then young people are able to take more agency of their careers and not just wait for government to show them what to do or wait for companies to say, here's an opportunity. So soft skills training, I'd say, is a very important part of the job process, that young people are able to say, these are my skills and this is where I can actually transfer them in a manner that adds value, but also allows me to grow and access more opportunities in my career journey. This is a very good one. So on the aspect of financial literacy, what I've found is that particularly with young people in the African continent is that they do not understand the power of money or financing to leverage opportunities for themselves. So I think young people need to actually be comfortable with the idea of leveraging and using money to access more opportunities or create value in order to create business. That's the one hand. And then on the other hand, in terms of just the whole like career coaching and planning, my vision is that every young person would have an entrepreneurial mindset when it comes to their career. What does that mean? Whether they work in a hospital or a hotel or a bank or any place, that how they think about their value, how they navigate work in that space, how they even find themselves getting promotions and growing and having more influence in that space. They actually need to be very entrepreneurial about how to maximize their resources, how to leverage their relationships for more opportunities and to add more value, but also how to start to think about what is the legacy that they are bringing in every space that they're in. So the entrepreneurial mindset element of the career coaching is that people just take more active agency of what opportunities are available for them wherever they are, and how they can then use their financial literacy and social skills to create more value, to create more opportunities where they are, and even start to think about, even in this role that I'm in, how do I empower those around me or those who are not even in these spaces to start to actually gain access to those spaces so that they too can add value. So I think my overall vision is that people would stop sitting in a place where they expect the government or people to help them to gain more access to opportunity, but they themselves will start to wake up and say, okay, this is what I have in my hand. This is what I can build and grow. This is where I can ask for support to actually build more in order to actually have more impact and value in the work that I do. So the vision is that every African, young, old, middle age, would be able to say, as an African, this is what I have. This is what I can do with it. This is how I can make it grow in order to add value to my continent so that our socioeconomic status can improve and become better. Thank you.